Our last item is an excerpt performed from Tagore's novel Gora. Gora is the longest and the most complex of the 12 novels written by Tagore. Undoubtedly a classic, this epic debates many issues and concerns that seems contemporary even today. We are presenting a single aspect from the novel that enlightens us about Tagore's idealism that all humans are created equal. The presentation is a bhavvacha or emotive reading that provides a glimpse of Tagore's era. The direction is by Rupanjana Sengupta. The narrator is Samarth Mohan. Gora, the protagonist, is played by Kirby Soderberg. Anandmayi, Gora's mother, is played by Rupanjana Sengupta. Gora's friend Binoy and Gora's father, Krishnadaya, are both played by Joy Mukherjee. The sound is by Chandrakant Barlingay. The lights are by Mr. David Fresher.
Gora is a complex epic novel written around the turn of the 20th century by Rabindranath Tagore. The ideas that Tagore addresses are all the issues that were fermenting in India in the late 1800s and early 1900s. The exclusion of women from main ranks of society, religious rituals, bigotry, and the caste system. Gora, the main character, an energetic Hindu who practices his religion, has a very high regard for his orthodox interpretations of Hindu scriptures and rituals, making him seem arrogant and sometimes obnoxious. He believes modern India can only be saved by returning to its roots in Hinduism. This superiority complex and impelling attitude make him seem to be a self-asserting bigot who thrusts his opinions onto others. It's 2017, but we still see the myth of racial and religious superiority that feed intolerance is sadly relevant. In Gora, Tagore emphasizes on humanism. Tagore preaches that trivialities such as caste and religious differences should not be a basis to separate humanity into distinct or different groups, nor should it determine character and morality. Bigotry is thus not only unloving but intrinsically at odds with being a good human. The characters in this scene are Gora, his mother Anandamayi, and his friend Binoy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear excerpts from Gora.
Following the sacred ritual of sprinkling the water to purify the food and thanking the divine by reciting the mantras. He cannot casually eat in your room. He cannot break the valued rules. Don't be absurd, Mother.
You don't be absurd, Gora.
I must insist on it. And keep that Christian maidservant Lakshmi out of my way.
Oh, Gora dear. How can you bring yourself to utter such words about Lakshmi, she who nursed you and brought you up?
Then pension her off. Buy her some land and build a cottage for her. But you must not keep her in the house, Mother.
Gora, do you think that every debt can be paid off with money? She wants neither land nor care. She only wants to be near you or she'll die, Gora.
Then keep her if you'd like. But Benoy must not eat in your room. Scriptural rules must be accepted as final. Mother, I wonder that you, the daughter of such a great Brahmin, should have no care for our orthodox customs. But surely out of regard for us, you must agree to certain things. Even if you do not regard the scriptures, you ought to respect the claims of love you have for Father and me.
Do you know that it was when I first took you in my arms that I said goodbye to rigid customs? When you hold a little child, then you feel certain that no one is born into this world with caste. After all, we are all humans. From that very day, the understanding came to me that if I looked down upon anyone for being a low caste, or a Christian, or a Muslim, then God would snatch you away from me, only stay in my arms as a light of my own. I prayed and decided I will accept water from the hands of anyone in this world.
Mother, I don't follow your reasoning. Children find no difficulty in living and thriving in the homes of those who obey the scriptures. Benoy is the son of a Brahmin. Don't make him forget his responsibilities for the sake of a few sweetmeats. He will have many sacrifices to exercise severe self-control before becoming worthy of his glorious birthright.
It is impossible for me to accept what you call your religion, Gora. I shall invite Benoy some other day. As for myself, Gora, I intend to go on taking water from Lakshmi's hands. Yes, I do. Now, you shall excuse me. I will take my leave.
Isn't this going a little too far?
Who's going too far?
You, Gora, she's your mother.
I know what a mother is. You needn't remind me of that. But if I once begin to show disrespect for tradition, then perhaps one day I shall cease to respect my own mother. Look here, Benoy, I have one word to say to you. The heart is a good thing, but it is not the best of all.
Listen, Gora. Today, as I heard your mother's words, I felt somehow strangely disturbed. It seemed to me as if there is something on your mother's mind which she cannot explain to us. And that hurts her. You ought to listen to her more carefully, Gora.
Benoy, don't give so much rein to your imagination. It does no good. You only waste your time.
In the second section, the foundation of Gora's identity will be completely shattered, as if behind him there was nothing called the past. Till now, Gora's future was only determined by his conceit in his identity. That very identity will completely vanish. His pride, his ego, and his arrogance completely stripped off. Where would he begin to reinvent himself? Gora then discovers his identity in humanism and realizes the triviality of parochial arrogance. In this scene, we will hear Gora, his father Krishna Dayal, and his mother Anandamoi.
And what I have kept concealed from you for so long, I must tell you before I die. I cannot feel free otherwise. Gora, at that time, I had no respect for our own society. That was why I made such a blunder. And after it had once been committed, there was no way back. I thought that it would never be necessary to let you know that things could go on as they were always. But now, I see that to be impossible. For after my death, how could you take part in my funeral rituals?
What? Tell me, Mother, what does this mean? Have I not the right to join in my father's funeral rites? But why? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, my child, you have not.
I have not been his son? Tell me, am I not his son?
No, Gora, no.
Ma! Ma, are you not my real mother?
Abba, to me you're the son, granted to a childless woman, dearer by far than a child of yours.
Then where did you get me?
It was during the mutiny. Your biological mother, in fear of the sepoys, took refuge one night in our house. Your father had been killed the previous day during the fighting. His name was...
Stop! Stop! There's no need to hear his name. I don't want to know his name.
He was an Irishman, a Christian. That very night, your mother died after giving birth to you. From that day, you were brought up in our home.
Why have you kept me in the dark for so long? There would have been no harm in you telling me.
My child, I was afraid lest I should lose you. If in the end that happens, it would be like death for me.
Ma! Ma! I am a nobody! Nobody!
Now, Baba, Tumi Manush, you're a human.
I am not a Hindu. My father was an Irishman. From one end of India to the other, the doors of every temple are today closed against me. But today I am free. Today I am human sans distinction. In me there is no longer any opposition between Hindu, Muslim, and Christian. I could never have dreamed that God would wipe out all my impurity in such a complete manner. Today, Ma, give me the mantra of that deity who belongs to all, Hindu, Muslim, Christians, Jews alike, the doors whose temple are never closed to any person of any caste or any religion. He who is not merely the God of the Hindus, who is the God of all.
Baba, Tomar mantra. Where the mind is without fear, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Into that heaven of freedom, let my soul awake.
Ma, will you call Lakshmi and ask her to bring me a glass of water?
When our vanity is stripped off, the beauty of our human mosaic becomes translucent. Then only can we cherish our shining similarities rather than the minute differences. Friends, let us all of us, chant the mantra.
Where the mind is without fear,
Where the mind is without fear,
where knowledge is free,
where knowledge is free,
where the world has not been broken up into fragments
where the world has not been broken up into fragments
by narrow constricted walls,
by narrow, constricted walls,
into that heaven of freedom,
into that heaven of freedom.
let my soul awake.
Let my soul awake.